Sharks have an 80% hunting success rate. Lions, 25%. Wolves, 14%. The shark isn't the biggest animal in the ocean. It isn't the fastest. It isn't the strongest. It's the most precise. And they don't hunt alone. They read the environment. They position the team. They strike together with a success rate that no other predator on Earth can match. At Apex Founder, that is the only standard we build businesses to. Steve Jobs once said that about half of what separates successful entrepreneurs from unsuccessful ones is pure perseverance. Most people hear that and think, work harder, stay longer, push through. But that's not what he was saying. He was talking about staying in the game long enough to get precise. And that distinction between surviving and becoming precise is exactly what this channel is about. Because most entrepreneurs don't fail because they lack passion. They don't fail because their idea was wrong. They fail because they never made one specific decision. And that's what we're getting into today. I've built businesses from scratch. I've consulted for companies ranging from startups to large corporations. And I've held leadership roles inside organizations where I watched both sides of this up close. Across all of it, the one pattern killing businesses before year 2 isn't competition. It isn't funding. It isn't the economy. It's this. The founder never decided what business they were actually in. They started. They got busy. They started doing everything. Answering emails, making sales calls, building the website, managing the finances, handling customer complaints, and they called all of that running a business. Michael Gerber, in his book, The E-Myth Revisited, identified something he called the entrepreneurial Caesar. It's the moment a skilled person, a great chef, a talented consultant, a brilliant engineer decides to start a business doing what they're good at. And the moment they do, they fall into a trap. Because being good at the work is completely different from building a business that does the work. The chef who opens a restaurant suddenly discovers they're not just cooking anymore. They're doing HR, accounting, inventory, and marketing. The consultant who goes independent suddenly discovers they're spending 60% of their time on things that have nothing to do with consulting. They didn't build a business. They built a job with themselves as the employee. And unlike a real job, this one has no paid vacation, no sick days, and no guaranteed paycheck. This is why most entrepreneurs fail before year 2. Not because the idea was bad, but because they never made the fundamental decision about what role they were going to play. The decision that changes everything. I call it the founder identity decision. It has nothing to do with your business model, your niche, or how much money you have. It's one question you need to answer clearly and commit to completely. Are you building a business or are you doing a job? Those are two completely different paths. They require two completely different mindsets from day one. When you're doing a job, you measure success by how much work you completed today. You feel productive when you're busy. You feel guilty when you're not. When you're building a business, you measure success by how much the business moved forward today, with or without you directly involved. 3 shifts come from making this decision correctly. The first one is moving from output to outcome. Stop measuring how many hours you worked. Start measuring what actually changed in the business. Did you acquire a new customer? Did you document a process someone else can now follow? Did you make a decision that removes a bottleneck? Hours are inputs. Growth is the output. Only one of those builds a business. The second shift is moving from doing to designing. Your job as a founder is not to do all the work. Your job is to design the system that does the work. The shark doesn't chase every fish in the ocean. It reads the current. It identifies the target. It positions the team and strikes with precision. Every hour you spend doing something that someone or something else could do is an hour you're not spending designing the business that will eventually run without you. The third shift is moving from reactive to intentional. Most early-stage founders spend their entire day responding to whatever is loudest. The inbox, the customer complaint, the invoice, the problem that just came up. They end every day exhausted, feeling like they worked incredibly hard, but the business didn't move forward. Intentional founders start every day with one question. What is the single action today that moves this business forward the most? Everything else waits until that one thing is done. I worked with a founder I'll call Marcus. Marcus ran a small IT services company, 7 employees, solid clients, good reputation. When I met him, he was working 70 hours a week and couldn't figure out why the business wasn't growing. He was the first one in, the last one out. He handled every major client call personally. He reviewed every invoice. He approved every hire. From the outside, it looked like dedication. From the inside, it was suffocation. The business wasn't growing because the business was Marcus. Every decision flowed through him. Every problem ended up on his desk. Every client expected him personally. He hadn't built a company. He had built a machine that required him to operate every single day just to keep it alive. The first thing we did together was brutally simple. I asked him to write down every task he had done in the previous 7 days. There were 47 items on that list. Then I asked him to circle the ones that only he, specifically he with his specific expertise, could do. 6 items, 41 tasks were things that a trained team member, a process, or a tool could handle just as well. He had been spending 85% of his time doing work that didn't require him. Within 90 days of making the founder identity decision, of actually deciding he was building a business and not doing a job, his working hours dropped by 30%. His revenue increased by 22%. Not because he worked harder, because he finally got precise about where his effort went. That's the shark principle in real life. This week, not someday, this week. Step 1, write down every task you did in the last 7 days. Be honest. Everything, including the stuff you know you shouldn't be doing yourself. Step 2, circle only the tasks that require your specific expertise, your specific relationships, or your specific authority to decide. Those are your founder tasks. Step 3, everything not circled goes on your delegation list. You don't have to act on it all today, but you now know what the business needs to stop depending on you to do. This single exercise has freed up between 10 and 20 hours per week for every founder I've walked through it. That's not a time management trick. That's the founder identity decision made practical. And once you have that time back, that's when real building starts. That's when you stop surviving and start hunting with precision. The free 30-day business audit in the description below walks you through this exercise and 8 more like it, step by step, no cost. If this framework gave you something real today, hit like. It takes 1 second and it helps more founders find this content. And if you want this kind of thinking every week, subscribe. New video every Monday. And if you have a question about your own business, drop it in the comments below. I read every single one and I answer. I'll see you next Monday. Build precise.